Our sponsors: The Finkley Experience, HBCU First, The Jamal Bakes Morning Show, J&J Leadership Academy. Thank you for your contributions towards The Michael Finkley Show. HBCU First. HBCU First Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. HBCU First is a student-led community advancing the well-being and economic participation of America's Black youth. As the leading HBCU internship and mentoring academy, we empower elite students from 70-plus historically Black colleges and universities with in-demand college-to-career skills. For more information, visit their website, www.hbcufirst.com.
There's a new familiar face this time. Say hello to the new daytime. See it everywhere you go, doing the greatest show. It's no other than the Michael Finkley Show. There is no other. He's like no other. I'm so glad that someone resonates with me. I'm celebrating. It's time to
Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, y'all, my next guest, I am super excited to be chatting with her. She's entrepreneur herself, Aamira. Garba, how are you?
I am amazing. Happy and honored to be here. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Aamira, listen, since your publicist reached out to us, and I've been just looking at what you've been doing, and it's like, wow. It's like you are literally the definition of, I can still work by 9 to 5, but I can still pursue my dreams as well.
Absolutely.
Right? You're the definition of that, because so many people think that you have to leave one and pursue the other, and you have to just leave it cold turkey and struggle in the process. But it's like
That part.
So,
No, I don't like struggle.
Listen, because I like to eat. Listen, no,
I eat well, okay.
Period. That part. So, how do we get here?
Mhm.
How did we get here to this point?
Yes, so this point is the result of me pursuing my passion and purpose in life and starting on this like self-discovery journey when I turned 30, a little before I turned 30, but I launched the brand when I turned 30. I'll be 39 this year. And that's how long
You
I've
don't
been
look
doing this.
it.
So thank you. But that's how long the journey has been. But again, it started with the pursuit of passion and purpose because I was on robot mode and I was living what I like to call my checkbox life. Right. So I went to college, graduated with honors, married my high school sweetheart, bought a house, had kids, and then I turned 24. And I was like, who was I rushing to be an adult for? I don't know, but I was just checking the boxes, trying to be what I think society wanted me to be and call that fulfillment. But as time went on, that little girl in me was starting to scream because I didn't feel fulfilled at all. And I think sometimes that's not something unique to me, especially as a Black woman, where we have these pressures and societal norms kind of pushed on us and we're not allowed to fail or try new things or explore our likes and dreams. But I said no more. So I read the book, The Alchemist, and I recommend it to everyone on a journey of self-discovery. And it inspired me to not overthink my life anymore, but to do what brought me joy. And again, when I tapped into that little girl in me, I was like, what does she want to be? She always wanted to be a boss, Michael. She always wanted to be a boss, but that's not what I was doing. I was on robot mode, corporate America, kids, mommy, all that thing. And now I have the freedom to pursue this dream of mine, which is wine. And I've had the best mind. It's something that's just mine. It's not my kids. It's not my job, right? I'm divorced now, but it's not my ex-husband's. Like, it is mine. And I'm proud of me for the first time. I'm very proud of myself for the first time, no matter all those other accolades or titles that I wore where society is proud. I'm proud of me. And this journey has been phenomenal.
I love that. And again, just to hear you talk about it, right? The passion it just oozes through through the screen. It really does, because this is what you love. And then I love what you said, that it's mine, right? Sometimes in life we lose our identity.
Oh, yes.
And other people. And I've seen it, when people become parents, or they, start a job, or, something that they're just so engulfed with, right? They lose who they are. When you found this new passion, when
Hmm.
you actually started exercising this muscle,
Hmm.
what did you find out about yourself that you actually forgot?
I forgot just how passionate I was. Because again, the passion is like the opposite of a robot, right? Like my days were so scheduled. I forgot how excited I could be about things outside of my family, right? I forgot just how hardworking I really am because in corporate America, I'm working for someone else. But this, my own brand, I wake up, eat, breathe, sleep this, right? And I didn't realize just how much resilience I have. I mean, I've always known I'm very intelligent, right? I'm a smart girl. But just the things like even not to compare, but just seeing how other people are like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I don't know how you do it. Really, you can. But I do it because I know it's something about me. There is something in me that God had put on me inside of me a long time ago, and I just forgot her. I forgot that little girl again who wanted to be a boss, who's super organized, who's super passionate, who's super driven, who loves to inspire other people. Like all of those things now ooze out of me and feel good, right? Versus feeling tired and exhausted at the end of the day and not doing the things that bring me fulfillment. So there's this whole process. There's so much I forgot about me, but now it's almost like a distant memory because I really do know who I am right now. Like I really do. Like she's that girl.
It's amazing about I love that because some people again they lose identity and they forget to come back to like
Yes.
back home, right? To like
Yes.
who am I really as this person? Who am I
Exactly.
walking on this earth? What is the passion, right? What is the gift, right? And
Exactly.
right. So
The
I
word that I
love
want to say, and it's actually my word this year. I do a word every year that guides me at the beginning of the year. I pick a word. My word this year is confidence. And it just hit me when you said that. That's what I think I really lost in that journey of just doing and being what everyone else wanted me to be. I lost my confidence. And I think if you met anyone who knows me, they would probably say that's something they would never have known. Like Amira is confident, but no, she wasn't for many years. And so being an entrepreneur and doing my own thing has helped rebuild that confidence in myself.
this is some good stuff. Like literally, you're finding yourself again.
Yes,
You are in the
yes.
process of finding out again who am I going to be in the latter because you're entering a phase where you never entered before, and you are going to live this life that oh my gosh, I'm scared maybe, but I'm going
Oh,
scared,
very
right?
much.
But I know
Very
this is going to
much.
be great. I know this is going to be great,
Yes.
but this is a person of myself that I'm not even introduced to yet. That's
Yes.
scary.
All of
Oh,
it. All of
that's
it, Michael. I'm
scary.
scared, but you got to do it scared,
Got to
right?
do it
You
scared.
just
You got to
so
do it
yes,
scared.
there's confidence, but I'm terrified a lot of the time. But
Yeah.
I know the vision. I have to see it through until God Himself is like, "You're done."
Exactly. And
Hmm.
that's the best thing about God because, you know, as long as he's in the picture,
Hmm.
everything's gonna be all right. And then
Hmm.
also the word tells us that our ladder will be greater. So we're always having
Hmm.
an expectation of greatness. So
Yes,
all that
absolutely.
goes into even though we're going scared, but we still love God, we're
We
still
love
going for it.
Amen. Amen.
We're
Yes.
still going for
All
it.
of it.
So why wine?
Ooh. So when I read the book The Alchemist, and I'm like, okay, don't overthink. Just do what you like. Because again, I just knew I wanted to have my own business. The little girl in me, that's all she wanted to do. But I didn't know what that business would be. And then I was like, I like wine. I remember I told you I had all these different titles, but I was finding time to go to wine tasting, to learn about wine. And I was like, ding, ding, this must be a passion. If I'm finding time when I don't really have any to learn about this, great. At the end of the day, it's just great, but I find it so fascinating. And again, I like to drink. I will not deny that. I like to drink wine. And so if I'm going to spend money on wine, why don't I get to have a brand? And there weren't a lot of people when I started. I didn't know a Black woman winemaker. I didn't know a winemaker from New Jersey. I didn't know a winemaker who was a woman. Like I didn't have access to these people. So that inspired me to maybe I can be that for someone.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like you were like, I don't see it. So you know what? here's my table, here's my seat. I'm creating it for myself.
Absolutely, absolutely. And yes, now I know tons, and there's been even more ever since like the birth of Black Businesses Matter in 2020. All of that, we're all like coming out of the woodworks and collaborating. And I love how this space is transforming and becoming more diverse day by day. It is actually beautiful and fun to be a part of like that community and people ushering it further into
So
greatness.
I'm very curious because
Mhm,
I know that you, again, this is your specialty. You're going around and, going to different wine testings, all that kind of good stuff. How in depth did you learn about this industry? Like, did you
mhm,
learn about, okay, started from the grape. I need to search out the
mhm.
grape. I need to search. Like, how in depth did
All of
you
it.
go?
So when I first started, I didn't have any training, right? It was just what I like, my own palate, my own intuition, and trusting that I knew something as a consumer. But since starting the brand, I have studied because that's how I am. Like, I don't want anybody to ever say I didn't do my best, I didn't do the work, that I'm not dedicated. Like, I take that very, very seriously. And I wanted to be taken seriously as a winemaker when I entered this because I knew there were things stacked against me. Woman, Black, New Jersey. You think California, not Black, maybe a man. And so I said, I want to learn. And so I made sure I worked with the best and I took classes. I am certified from the WSET. I have a level 3, which means I know some stuff about wine. I've studied very hard and I can teach wine now to a certain extent. Um, I can teach the basics of wine tasting. So yeah, so I am a firm believer. Like, I didn't come into this business just wanting to white label, right? Nothing against that. People make money every day doing that. I wanted to leave a legacy and not just come in and come out. Like I said, I'm going on 9 years, which is still baby years in the wine and spirit industry. It takes years, and especially in an industry that wasn't meant for people that look like me. So I'm constantly fighting against hurdles, right? So I think me equipping myself with knowledge so that I can have the confidence to walk in any space and say, take me seriously was important to me. So that's why I invested in studying. So yeah, I took classes along the way too, along with all the other things I'm doing. But if I'm dedicated, I'm dedicated.
And it shows because of the success. You
Thank
started
you.
this back in 2016, and here we are today in 2025, and you're still going strong. What has
Can't believe it.
surprised you on this amazing journey?
Just how regulated this industry is. Not to be like a total geek and dork and make this less fun, but it's hard to explain sometimes when, for example, let's say you're like Amira. I tasted your, I want it. Why is it not at my local store in South Carolina? Because South Carolina laws are different from New Jersey, New York. Every state runs its own liquor and wine industry, right? And I come from a retail background. My first corporate job was at Macy's. So I know you meet with a buyer, they want it, they put it in any store. Not how alcohol works. So, and then there's a funny saying, you want to make 1 million, you got to start with five in wine. Like, it's an expensive industry. So anyone you know in this industry has to love it and has to have a passion for it and is here for something bigger because it drains you. That's why I still work. But I know, again, I have a vision that, you know, that wine being diverse brings so much more to the table for the industry as a whole. And that's really important to me. So I think just how regulated and how expensive it was. And maybe if I didn't just jump in, there was no business plan. It was just pure passion, right? I was trying to find me. Would not have started it if I knew what I knew now, but I'm glad I did it, right? Because I wouldn't have done it scared. And so, yeah, but that's probably because those are my biggest hurdles, right? Capital and access, distribution, all of those rules on where you can be, where you can't be, how to get in front of this one and that one. It's a lot. I wish it was easier, but if it was, more people would do it. So I get it. And I'm still here and I'm still very passionate about this space.
Gotcha, I gotcha. What sets your brand and I guess the taste even?
Hmm.
What sets all of that aside from I'm going to the local grocery store to get, this brand off the shelf?
Yes.
What sets yours aside?
Yeah. So I like to tell people when discovering wines, one, you got to taste everything, right? But what I love about my wine is I'm very intentional about where I'm making my wine. So everyone can choose where they like to do it. Some people only drink California, or they only drink Burgundy, or they love a Pinot from Oregon. I like to tell people that I do start from the best. So my Pinot Noirs are from Russian River, right? Lodi is a growing appellation in California. That's where my rosé is from. And then what I like to tell people is that my brand comes with accessible education. So I do tastings all the time. I share information. I want people to feel confident when they go into a room at a wine tasting. So many times people who look like me feel nervous and think they have to know everything. Why? You weren't raised around wine. I wasn't raised around wine. You're not supposed to know, but you get to ask the questions. And so I like to teach people how to be savvy when they drink wine. So that's my favorite part, like education. I love to teach wine. And I am educated in the wine space, but I make quality wine and I make accessible wine. So while I don't make what they like to call $2 chuck, right? You can get that at your local grocery or Trader Joe's. Nothing wrong with that. I like to teach people you just find what you like. That's the most fun part about wine. Doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to be cheap. But with my wine, you can always guarantee that one, you're getting the best, and that I'm doing my best to keep it at a price below $30, just so you can have fun and drink great quality. My favorite type of clients are the ones who come like, I only drink sweet wine, or they're like, wine gives me a headache. I don't like it. I don't like it. And then they drink mine. They're like, wait a minute. I'm like, see, yeah, all wines aren't made the same, baby. Okay. Did you try LoveLee? Those are my favorite customers when they're like, thought they hated wine, thought they couldn't tolerate wine. It's like, no, all wine is not made the same. You can be guaranteed that you're drinking quality wine when you're drinking with me and you're drinking the best. And I am putting all of my passion into every bottle.
Um, and it's so amazing you say that because I was just reminiscing in my mind. My best friend lives in Las Vegas, and I think
Hmm.
23 we went to a winery, and I was
Yes.
thinking, oh, it's gonna taste the same, it's gonna this, blah, 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 because I don't drink. And she's like, let's get some wine. I'm like, okay, let's go. So we went, and I'm just like, okay, just tasting it, it just there's a difference, right? Because
They're all different.
you like one kind, but until you taste it, you're just like, oh, okay, I like this. I'm like, I like
Yes. Taste until you find what you like. And that is the fun
that.
part. I try to tell people that is the most fun part about wine. You may find out that you've been drinking $2 chuck, but really your palate wants something more sophisticated. And that's why you're not having fun. Maybe you only want to drink Chablis for all I know, or, a Pinot from Burgundy. Like there's so like for it to be just a great there are so many possibilities. And while I only make California wines right now, that's not where I want to stop because I do like wines of the world, right? And yeah, I hope to one day make wine from all over. But California is where I started locally, well, in the United States because that's what I enjoy. And I always believe in putting out things that I enjoy because that's what's going to wake me up and make me passionate. If I was making wine that I didn't like or think other people would like, I would have quit a long time ago, but I know I make great wine. And so I always tell people too, like, you gotta have passion and believe in your own self. Otherwise, how do you stand out? It's the people who are passionate and who are consistent and committed to their products who I think always end up winning.
Always, always,
Hmm.
always.
Hmm.
I love that.
Hmm.
What piece of advice would you give to someone besides the taste of it all?
Hmm.
That's definitely major. What advice would you give to someone that's like, you know what, this is my first time. I'm not sure what kind of
Hmm.
my palate. Like
Yep.
what kind of advice would you give someone?
So I always say start with look up your local wine tastings in the area because that's how you'll start to taste the difference. If you're drinking one wine at a time, they are going to start to taste the same, right? But when you have a Chardonnay next to a Sauvignon Blanc, next to a Cabernet or something like that, then you'll start to see the taste the difference and see what you like. Once you find something that you like, then from there you can have more fun. You can let's say you like Chardonnay. Well, then try Chardonnays from different countries or char chardonnays that are oaked or all stainless steel and how they're fermented. Those are totally different tastes. Like just keep tasting. Don't be the worst thing you can do is be closed minded. That is my biggest advice for people looking to like wine. Keep going to the tastings until if you're just like, listen, I've tried it all, I'm done. But please don't just say I only drink sweet wine.
Oh, because you will be
It makes me
surprised.
you'll be surprised. And it drives me crazy. There's nothing against that. There is a reason and for why, especially people in communities of color tend to gravitate towards sweeter wine, and it's cultural, and it should be respected like any other culture, right? Of somehow our cultures are always seen as the bottom of the barrel. It's okay to like sweet wine. I want you to know why you like sweet wine, and I want you to taste other wines and be able to say, okay, I like residual sugar and I don't like tannins and I don't like, you know, high acid or low acid. Like I want to give you the vocabulary to know why so you can be confident again and why you like stuff. But if you're closed-minded, you're missing out on some good stuff because wine can be such an experience. I've had some of the best times, best food experiences with wine. If you have a good wine and a good food pairing, the experience is really, really great. So don't be closed-minded, taste everything. And once you find what you like, explore it a little bit more.
I love it. It's an education for me.
I got you. I got you.
I love it. But when we come back, she gets to play one of our newest games, Fink Fam, called What If? More with Aamira. Back in a moment.
Hi, it's Dick Jeremy. I'm a television and film actor, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
Hello, everybody. It's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first-generation students. And also, we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first-generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you. Looking for some of the best soul food right here in Mullen, South Carolina? I promise you, come on down to Garden Alley.
Our great salad's fabulous. Our water gained, our potato salad, our chicken is fresh. Macaroni and cheese is salted to perfection. I haven't found anything that's not great. Best ever.
Banana pudding, cakes, pies. Yeah. Selection is huge. Garden Alley is an awesome place to eat. I really love it.
Come by and see the amazing staff at Garden Alley, downtown Mullins. Everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Still chatting with Aamira over here, and I'm learning so much about wine and what it entails and the education of it all. So thank you for enlightening me, because every time I turn on this camera, I tell myself I want to learn something new. I want to learn.
Yes, I'm glad.
I thank you, and you get to play one of our newest segments called "What If."
Okay.
I love this segment because sometimes in life does life, right? And sometimes we forget to reflect on what life has already done for us or may in the future do for us in the future. So if you were not this expert in wine, what would you be doing?
Oh, man. Okay. What would I be doing? So, my other passion is traveling. So I think I'd be doing some type of travel vlog, come with me, creating experiences for people in different countries. Like I love to travel and I like finding a way to curate an experience that everyone can enjoy. Like I'm the planner, I'm the itinerary girl, I'm doing all of that usually. So I think if it wasn't wine, it would have to be something in travel. Or actually, and it will probably combine. When I was in college, before I studied marketing, I wanted to do international business or I wanted to do communications. And so another little dream that most people don't know is I always wanted to be like a TV host. I always wanted to be like a mini Oprah. And I mean, so many people wanted to be, but I've always liked yapping and getting to know people and talking. And that's what I probably would have been to. So maybe it would be an international TV show where we go drink and talk about wine. Yes.
When I see this on a major network, I'm like, I remember that conversation we had way back when, because she has said it. Because I love this, because my best friend always says that our words are listening. And so
They
when
are.
you put it out there, it's going to happen.
You're right. And sometimes I get afraid to say things because once I say it or write it down, it happens. And it's like, you better be ready because God gonna make it happen. But yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's in a journal buried somewhere that I was gonna have my own TV show one day.
See? Speaking of you,
Maybe.
keep going.
Maybe.
Keep
I
going.
know. Scary.
Keep going.
Maybe I'll
It
do it
is
scared.
scary, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we said it before, do it scared.
Do it scared.
Dude, I did this scared, and oh my gosh, that's another conversation on the yellow board.
Look at you. And look at you.
Look at us. So let's go. Let's make it
Okay.
happen. Let's
do
make it happen.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
it. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Oh, but Big Fam, don't go away, because we not gonna guess anymore. She's gonna tell us her next biggest dream. Don't go away, Big Fam. Back in a moment.
Hi, I'm celebrity saxophonist Richard Shaw Jr. from Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure you stay tuned for more with the Michael Finkley Show. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Hi guys, welcome to Awaken. We wanted to serve the city of Mullins. We are church owned, and we felt like a coffee shop was such a huge need in the city of Mullins. There's nowhere for people to just come, get a cup of coffee, sit with friends, maybe do some work on the laptop. And so we feel like it was a service that we could give back to the city. Well, our hope is that people will feel calm, that they'll feel welcome, that it'll be a place where they can come and just clear their mind.
We come here twice a day. That's how good their smoothies, their coffee, their lattes, frappes, delicious. I would love the atmosphere here. If I had time to come and just sit and relax, I would. It's awesome.
One thing that I really love about it being here is just the cozy environment. It's so inviting. I can come in here and I can get my schoolwork done, a good coffee and a good meal. But I'm just really thankful that they're here and that I have a good place to go.
We're open Tuesday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Awaken Coffee Bar, downtown Mullins.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Still chatting with my newest friend, family, Aamira. And I'm just having so much fun with you again. Just again, the learning of it all, because I'm a lifetime learner anyway. So I love when I get to learn about things that I really don't even think about. But when I learn about it, I'm like, it puts it in a different perspective.
Yes, likewise.
The Fink fan wants to know, what is your next biggest dream?
Oh, we've been talking about things out loud so much, Michael.
Man.
And I'm a dreamer. Okay, so it's twofold.
Okay.
My immediate dream, which I have been working at for the past year, and I have faith that God's going to make it happen, is national distribution. So I am moving from direct to consumer only, buy my wines on my website, which is great. It builds up a audience, but that's not how you grow and scale. You need to have your products on store shelves, in restaurants, on menus, etc. So national distribution would be like the goal. You could go everywhere and see a bottle of LoveLee. I'd die. I would love it. That's the immediate goal. But within a few years, my next biggest dream, and I think it hasn't happened yet, so maybe I'd be the first, is to have my own tasting room in Essex County, New Jersey. So in the Newark area. So typically when you go to a wine tasting like you did, you may go to California, you're amongst the vineyards and all of those things, right? It's that brand offering you an experience with their wine. And in New Jersey, you can do that really in South Jersey where there's access to vineyards, right? But I don't own a vineyard, right? I produce wine in California. I source my grapes from different places and then I blend it all together. But I would love a tasting room in Newark that would allow people to come taste my wines, allow them to have space for events, for food, for pairings, for classes, for education. But I don't want to stop there. I want to also be a outlet for other brands. especially women owned, especially Black owned. Like I used to call it like the Macy's of wine, right? Because that's my background. I worked there for 13 years. So you know how Macy's has its own proprietary brand, but they also sell other people because there's enough room. There's a client for their brand and there's a client for others. But if I can be a platform, an outlet, or retail space of other brands, because we started at the top of this interview, the hardest thing, right, is the regulations, the laws, the funding. If I've done all this work to figure it out and I can make it easier for someone else to get their wines on shelves and in front of people, I want to do that. So it would be the LoveLee tasting room, all things wine, food, entertainment. It would just be a one-stop shop for all the things that I love to do, which is really be in social settings. I love what wine does in social settings. I want to be able to entertain people and curate spaces and events that bring people joy and fulfillment and passion, and all this passion that I have oozing out. It just needs to be experienced by more people. So if I had $1 for every time someone said, "Where can I come taste your wine?" I'm like, "You gotta order it online." That would be no more. You can come see me at this address here on this days and come taste with me, come sit with me. And that's something that I really, really, really want to do.
Love it. I love
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, it is going to happen.
So when it opens, I better see you there. Come to Jersey.
I need dates and times.
Got you. I'm writing that down too.
Dates and time. That's it. With all that you've done thus far, how do you give back to the community, right, in your own special way?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, community is always super important to me because I wouldn't be here if people didn't believe in me. If my own community didn't believe in me so much, putting my name in rooms and spaces and giving me so much praise and speaking highly of me when I'm not there. So my community is everything to me. So how I give back tangibly, I've given back to charities in my area. Like I just did one for, what was it, Giving Tuesday. I raised money for the Grassroots Community Foundation, which is super near and dear to my heart. They're all about instilling, how do you explain it? They're all about creating trailblazing young women and making sure they have the tools and resources to be whatever they need to be good citizens of this whole country. So Grassroots, I used to have a camp that my daughters went to, where they talked all about community, investing back in your community, healthy eating, mental health advocates, period poverty, like all of these great programs for young girls, because young girls, especially young Black girls, are often left behind in many aspects. So donating proceeds from all the sales from like my Black Friday and December campaigns went to them, a portion of it. And that's just because, again, I've seen the work being done. And I'm a firm believer, like it's easy to write a check sometimes, but I think it's more impactful when it's organizations that you see the work, and I've been a part of the work. Like we do a turkey drive every year. We give back in that way as well. So that's an organization that's super near and dear to my heart. And they're an organization that I've grown up with too, that anytime they call, "Can you put a bottle in this auction basket, this auction?" Yep, I sure can. Shout out to New Jersey Seeds. They're the reason I got to have one of the best educations that I could have, helping me get into a very prestigious high school for free, taking kids from low economic backgrounds and giving them different types of educational exposure. And so organizations like New Jersey Seeds, they call, I say yes. So me, how I get back is always saying yes. If I have the means and the resource, it's yes, because I know I am not here just because of my own will, right? I've had people invest in me from when I was small, people who saw me and said, "Hey, she's smart, she's talented, you deserve to be in this program, or you deserve to go here and there." And so even my university, I've spoken at Temple, shout out to the Owls, Temple University. They call, "Can you speak?" Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't charge because I have been giving some fantastic opportunities. And God didn't give them to me to just keep them to myself and hoard them. So I know I am meant to share, right? I'm meant to give back. And so I'm always like, I can do more, but I do what I can when I can. And yeah, that's a part of the fulfillment as well. This is not just for me either. This brand is not just for me. It is for everyone who had a dream, who needed to see someone who looked like them do it, if I got to do the grunt work and be stressed out, that's okay, because it'll inspire some other little Black girl to know that she can do it as well. And even if it doesn't, my girls are watching me, my daughters are watching me. And so I want to leave something not only to them, but to my community as a whole that they can say we built together, you know?
Enough said.
Oh,
Enough said. Again, I feel that's another way of paying it forward. Definitely to our communities as well, because someone is waiting to hear from you. Someone was waiting to hear from you. It's like, you know, if she can do it, I can do it too. Right. So I always think about those type of people. You know, it's like, oh man, you were waiting on me. Okay, let's go. If I can do it,
yeah.
let's go. Let's
If
make it
I
happen.
can do
Let's
it,
change
you
the
can do it.
world. Let's
Yes,
exactly. Let's change the
absolutely.
world. You said a while
Absolutely.
ago. You said a while ago that you are proud of yourself. Why?
Because I didn't have to be here. Like I said, coming from where I come from, experiencing some of the things I've experienced, I was part of the checkbox life was to prove to everyone that I wasn't a product of my environment, that other people got to clap for me and I thrived off of that. But it didn't fulfill the little girl. And she needed to be proud of herself. I needed to be proud of me. And no one handed me this industry, this business, this LLC. Nobody handed it to me. And it's different when, you know, like I said, I've had people my whole life, guidance counselors, teachers, community leaders be like, she's special, she's special. Let's pour into her, right? Thank you. Appreciate it. But if you don't see that in yourself, it kind of doesn't go anywhere. And that whole self discovery journey was me seeing it for myself and not doing it for anyone else's praise. And I did it. I'm doing it. And I haven't quit. And it's hard as hell. A lot of days. Like there's today, I had to wear all three hats all day today, executive, mom, and business owner. And sometimes it's a lot, but the vision is bigger. And the fact that I'm still here, almost 10 years in, not everybody can say that. You see brands come and go all the time. That's no knock to them at all. It's hard, but that's why I can be proud of me because I know I am giving it 1,000%. And if no one else sing my praise or like my wine, I know I did a great job. I know I did something different. I know I've inspired people. Like I've heard the stories, right? So that makes me proud.
To make your own self proud.
You have to.
Wow.
Yes.
Major
Yes.
accomplishment and
Thank you.
well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know that the conversation will always continue even after this interview. So how can the Fink fam follow you on social media to learn more about what you do and continue to follow you being in your business? How can we follow?
Yes. So it's LoveLee Wine everywhere. LoveLee wine. It's spelled Lee, Lee, because that's my daughter's middle name. So both of their middle names are Lee. Shout out to Heaven Lee and Lyric Lee. So it's loveleewine.com, at Lovely Wine on Instagram, at Lovely Wine on TikTok. That's where I am the most. I'm also on Facebook. There's a Lovely Wine Facebook page, LinkedIn, everything. Lovely Wine. You can Google it. You can find me. If you see the little gold heart, my little heart, that's how you know you found me. So please, please, please visit the website, lovelywine.com. Order the wines. It helps. And what people can really do that helps with that immediate goal of national distribution, anytime you go into your local wine shop, you're at your local restaurant, you're at a hotel, just say, hey, do you carry Lovely Wine? They may say no. They're going to say no. I'm not everywhere yet. And then you say you should. And the more people ask for me, they'll have to come looking. They'll have to come look for smaller brands and niche brands that will one day be big. 'Cause I don't claim small anything, but the people can help that way. I've had stores call me like 10 people came in today. How do we get your wines? That's how you help, because distribution is hard and it's a very gated industry, in my opinion. So that's how you all can help. Lovelywine.com, order the wines, ask for me at your local retail shops, and follow at Lovely Wine.
All right, there you go, Fink fam. Thank you
Yay.
so much, Aamira.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
I'm so honored. This was such a great conversation. Thank you. And I hope we have it again.
Oh, we will. Trust
Yes.
me. You're always
Yes.
welcome back on the
Thank
Michael
you.
Finkley Show. Thank you again.
Thank you, and best of luck on season 8.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for watching as well. And always remember to pursue your dreams. Have a good one.
As life passes by, reaching for the stars.